Now, in continuation to our XLOOKUP function, here we are trying to learn about the match mode and the search mode. So we'll see how match mode and search mode works as far as XLOOKUP function is concerned. Okay. So we have to use XLOOKUP to find the grade of each student. And if you look at the grade table, it's not basically sorted. In VLOOKUP, it should be sorted, right? But here it is not sorted. So marks 90A, 80B, 70C, 60D, 0 means fail, and so on. So this is my grade table and I want to grade these students based on their marks. So how I'm going to use the match mode here to do the grading. So as we see here, what are the different match modes we talked about? So match mode 0, -1, 1 and 2. So 0 means exact, -1 means next smaller item, and 1 means next larger item, and 2 is a wild card. Okay, so let's see how it works. So keep this in mind. Okay, 0, -1, 1 and 2. So let's see. Now what about this grade? So normally we'll do the grade. We'll say XLOOKUP. First we'll do a grade with exact match and see what is the problem we are facing. So lookup value is this. Lookup array is the marks, which is here. So this is the lookup array, sorry. So you go here. This is the lookup array. Okay. And I'll just function F4, and my return array is the grade, right? So I'll pick up the grade, right? And I'm doing a exact match, right? So function F4, so but that default is an exact match, enter, and it's a grade A. So that's fine. Now all are error except D, because these two matches exactly. Others are somewhere in between. So that is why that is an error. So this will not work. Why? Because we want that. Now I want to give it a value of like -1. That means if you don't find the next small item. Which means if I go here and I say here not found, I don't want to give anything. So I'll just keep it blank. I put another comma. And here I say -1. Now -1 means what? If you don't find the exact match, return the next smaller item. So in this case, if it doesn't find 77, then what is the smaller item it will get? 70, right? So it will return C. Okay. So C. 85 it doesn't find. So what is the next smaller item? So 85 it doesn't find, 80 is the next smaller item. So B. D it gets it, so no problem. 55 it doesn't find, what is the next smaller item? That means it will get F, that is 0. And similarly you can drag. So if it doesn't find the value, it will look for the small item, next smaller item, and then grade it. And because it is looking for the next smaller item, 98 doesn't get A+. So in case of next smaller item, what happens? Even if he gets 98, I want him to get an A+. So what I want now is that anybody who gets anything above 90, he should get an A+. Right, so it should go to the, so 81 if he gets, he should go to A. And if he gets 71, he goes to 80, B. So he should go to the next higher value rather than next lower value. Right, in that case, I need to take up 1. Okay, so I'll go here and say not -1, but 1 and say enter. So now if I drag, you see the whole thing changes. So why this is B? It is because 77, it goes to the next higher value, which is 80. Similarly, if you look at 98, it gets an A+. Why? Because if it doesn't find 90, it'll go to the next higher value, which is 100 and A plus. So I hope you got the idea as to how these two, 0 is the exact match, -1 is the smaller value, and 1 is the larger value. So you got that idea, right? Now, how to use a wildcat character? So let's see. Okay. Now, if you look at the name pattern, okay. So name pattern means there can be two wild characters. One is a asterisk. Asterisk means matches. So it matches 0 or more characters, right? So asterisk matches 0 or more characters. Whereas if you look at the question mark, that matches exactly one character. Okay. So if I look at this pattern here, suppose I want to find out the name of the person whose name starts with W. So I should say W star. That's my pattern. WN can be anything. So if I say is equal to XLOOKUP, lookup value is this, lookup array is this. Return array is also this, because I want to see the name. Found I don't want to get now. Match mode is -2, right? Because now we are looking for wild characters. So it should be 2. And say enter. So it says right. So W star is right. Suppose if I want to say, let me find out all the names which starts with R. So Raj, that's the first name it finds with R. That is Raj. Let me find out all the names which starts with J. Jack. Let me find all those names which has A somewhere in their name. So I can say star A star. So Jack is the one which is there because it return only one value. So I'm just saying that, right? Or we can say, let me find out all the names where you have your O somewhere. So John, that's the first it has encountered. Okay, if I can say, okay, find out all that, or find me the name which has the second character as I. It can start with anything, but the second character is I. So I'll say, okay, so there is exactly one character before I, and then star, which is Jill. Okay, so this way I can find out, if I want to say find out I want to find the name whose last letter is A. So I'll say star A, and that is Seema. So this way we can find based on the name pattern, the name, okay? And this way this wild character comes in, and this way you will find that you have the 2 here, 2 being used, right? Now look at this search mode. The search mode is what? Search mode is like search first to last or last to first. So by default, if you look, it is searching from first to last. Now for example here, if I am looking for 80, so I'll say is equal to XLOOKUP, lookup value 80 in the lookup array, this one. And if you get that match, return me this, right? And my match mode is exact match, or I can say, okay, find out the -1 or 1, I can pick up any one. So not found is okay. And then we will say, okay, -1, smaller value. And the search mode I'm now picking is 1. So by default 1, I'll say 1. Okay. So Jill. So 80 is Jill. Okay. So this is the one, because I'm finding, if it's not finding, then they find the next lower value, which is 77. So Jill, right? And if I am saying that from below, if you look, if I'm saying from the down up, so here what I'm said, 1 means what? 1 means first to last. If I'm saying -1, then means last to first. So from bottom, who is the one who is getting 77? If you're looking for 80, it finds this value as the lowest value or the smallest value if 80 is not found. So it'll show me right? Right. So this way you can change the direction of your search. So if the direction of the search is 1, which means it's first starts from the top, find 77 which is closer to 80. If 80 is not found, the lesser. So it will show me Jill. But if the moment you change the direction and you make it -1, it start looking it from down up. And here it finds 77 here. So it shows me right. So this way XLOOKUP becomes very handy based on its match mode and search mode, and make it very handy as far as the searching is concerned, because most of the time in Excel you would be doing your lookups, right? And these lookups can get very complex, and therefore XLOOKUP will help you in doing this complex lookup by using any pattern, wildcat characters, and searching the list top down, bottom up, and all those stuffs. And by default you don't need to now sort this up, and that is a very good thing, because in VLOOKUP we need to sort this up, right? So I hope this XLOOKUP search mode and match mode is you have understood and it is clear.